IL-2 1946. Let's add a mods folder to version 4.15M. It's the latest version out. A lot of improvements, but reality is that it will be underwhelming, um, especially if you're a BAT user or VP. Uh, and there's nothing wrong with the official versions. If you get Steam, you're going to get version 4.13M. Uh, but there's a lot of neat improvements that you're going to miss out on, and we got a happy place here. So I'm going to come up with a few things you have to do, and then we'll show you the difference and how easy it is to do and what the differences between the two games, modded and unmodded, are. Anyway, shout out to Team D for still developing the game. So let's get right into it. All right, the first thing we have to do is get a game patched up to 4.15M. And I'll leave the description on my previous video on how to get the files and the sequence to patch the game up to that version. Uh, but to get the mod to work, we have to make sure that the exec is going to be the second option, um, not the console. So make sure your game is set for the exec during the installation process. Again, it's the bottom option out of the two options available. And I'll show you why later. Uh, but you can run the setup again and just repick the second option and leave all other options blank. And that is step one. All right, the next thing we're going to do is go to Mission for Today, this website here. And I'll leave the link in the description. And first MV Gaetano developed this run mods zip file, and you just double click it here and download it and unzip it, and it'll say run mods batch, and you just unzip it and put it in your main game directory, and that's where you're going to start your game. You're going to double click that, and it will take over as the exec and will use your mods folder. If you use your regular exec, you can still play the game, no issues, but it won't activate the mods folder. It'll just bypass it. So it's a really neat little file here that you put into your game, and you can use a mods folder. Pretty good stuff. All right, now we just need the mods folder itself. It's pre-made, so it's really just adding the mods folder to your game, dropping it in your main directory, just like the run batch file. So we're going to go to this website here. It's in another language, and let's see. I right-click it and translate to English. All right, there it is. But anyway, all you have to do is double-click this and download the mods RAR file and just unzip it and add it to your game. I'll show you what it looks like in my game file directory. All right, now we're getting close. All right, guys, here's my game file 4.15 directory, and here's the mods file that I downloaded from the last website. There it is. I'm going to double click it, and the only thing that's going to be in here, these are mods that I added, but the only thing that's going to be in here is this, files. It'll be just completely blank. These are mods that I've added to the game and that work. quite a few of them. But let's take a look inside. When you click a regular mods folder, it usually says STD, not the kind you get, but they've renamed it, and that's okay. When you double click it, there's all the other things, like you would find your air INI files in here and other things. You don't ever have to deal with these files, but it's just for reference. So let's go back. Uh, what I recommend is you try a mod, start the game, and see if it works. Otherwise, the game will crash to desktop, and just delete it and just find mods that do work. Um, I usually go to websites like Mission for Today, um, Free Mods, uh, Petro Azul, and of course SAS 1946. All right, let's go to the main game folder, and let's look at the run batch file. And there it is. It's when you unzip it and drag and drop it, it's called run mods, and that's your new exec. Um, there's a regular exec if you want to play without mods. So what I'm hearing is that, um, again, we're in a happy place, that if you're online and you have a mods folder activated, the game will boot you out. So if you want to play online, you just use a regular exec. Now let's go back to the runs mod, and I'm just going to double click it to start the game with the mod folder activated. So just double click it and you'll see a box open, and then the game starts. 4.15M, and there we go. We are ready to play. That's all there is to it. All right, let's look at the pit of this F4U. We're armed with an incendiary napalm because we like to burn things. But note the pit, and take a look at the pilot. Let's go ahead and drop our ordnance. And let's watch our bombs drop. And you see this big red blob. All right, we are flying the same aircraft, same loadout. Note the difference in the pit. The balls on the handles are perfectly round, and a lot more detail to the pit. Let's look at the exterior. Look at our pilot. What a difference. He really looks good. Okay, let's drop our ordnance. Bombs out. And you can see the difference in the blast effects. Note the working HUD, lower left screen. Pretty cool. Flyby's about the same. Well, guys, I hope you can see the difference between the two versions of 4.15M and allowing a mod folder to be used. Really takes full advantage of the game, which I feel is a lot smoother, or runs a lot cleaner than Bat. And I'm a big Bat guy. Don't get me wrong. Bat's got a tremendous group of mods together that makes a really good game. But I just thought if you could mod your 4.15M game, you really get a lot more out of it. Well, guys, I hope you liked this video. Thanks to the guys at the forums. I can't remember their names, but they all helped me figure this out. and I couldn't have done it without them, as well as the guys that developed the mods folder and the run mods batch file. Well, guys, like, hate, subscribe. We'll see you up again soon.